Previously on Bachelor in Paradise.
I couldn't tell you, I disassociated.
Yeah, smart.
It's week 9, day 17, and just like me, the editors are starting to get bored. The producers also seem to be running out of ideas for how to fill these long run times, because this episode starts with Hannah Brown walking up to the group real casual-like, the way a cool, chill lady would, to invite the rest of the women for some mandated girl talk.
Well, yeah, that was a fun little girl chat.
If you say so. Once Hannah's done saying a lot, but also nothing.
Everybody's relationship is different. Starts differently, is different. Yeah. That is love in its own way. I think that'll be the thing that you're gonna have to continue to navigate, to let that love touch your heart and be able to give that back to him. Yeah. I think it can be really hard, especially even in this dynamic. You feel like you have to feel a certain way at a certain time for it to be real. That's true. And that is so wrong. I love hearing that you all are having a similar experience here, but your individual relationships are different.
Yeah.
So true.
Oh no, it was coming up again. Word vomit.
The cast heads to a beachside dinner to celebrate their harrowing, just over 2-week-long journeys in paradise. Everyone dresses fancy, the food is upscale, the scenery is divine, and Kat ruins it because she's scared of bugs, and an outdoor dinner near the water has attracted flies.
Oh my god! No!
My entire frightened phobia of bugs has been activated.
A fear so intense, even the phobia itself is frightened of it.
Look at them! Look at them!
They just keep coming.
Yeah, you literally slapping me in the face.
I'm sorry. I was screaming.
Help with the flies, please! Help with the flies. This is actually crazy!
I literally was help. Nobody was even hearing me.
Cat.
No, this is scaring me! You made lobster?
What the hell? It's a fly.
This is not a millennial problem. Plenty of other cast members in their late 20s to mid-30s weren't screaming or even crying. But at least Kat is apologetic after accidentally hitting Dale. Now let's see what happens when she does the same thing to someone who isn't her boyfriend.
Get away from me! Oh my god, you're slapping me! They're literally swarming!
After dinner, Jesse reveals that the reason the cast needed to pack overnight bags is because they're heading to what they all think is the overnight. A thing that happens at the end of every season where couples can finally be together without cameras, which Brian thought happened earlier this season, but didn't.
I would be excited to have a one-on-one night with Parisa. No cameras.
But instead of overnights, the cast is actually en route to their next relationship test. Jesse says it'll force the couples to confront real-world problems that don't come up in paradise. Then he drops them into a contrived, unlikely scenario. The couples are going camping, and each pair needs to pitch a tent and set up their own campsite. But they'll all encounter a few production-induced problems along the way. Things like the campground is a literal dumping ground for horses, the tent is missing parts, the tools are too little, the matches are wet even though the water jug is glued shut, and for some reason, Bailey seems to despise its very existence.
A water jug? Where are we?
Wait, what?
That's not coming in the tent.
The bug spray is empty, the air mattresses have holes, and one chair in each couple's kit is broken. The whole time, the cast is secretly watched by a couples therapy expert named Dr. Laura Berman, who consulted on Meet the Fockers to help create the character Roz.
The man is loose, he's limber, and he's ready for action. So climb aboard, girls.
At the end of the camping trip, Dr. Berman will pick the challenge winners, whichever pair is her favorite. As she watches from a control room taking notes, we're treated to some of her astute insights about the couples.
You wanted her to calm down, sit down, and she's like, I have to do something for you. It was interesting. Kat is starting to lose it, which is interesting. It's interesting who took the broken chair.
Not everything can be interesting, Laura. With the eyes of Dr. T.J. Eckelberman secretly hovering over them, the couples pitch tents, repair broken chairs, open wine bottles,
It's perfect temperature!
inflate Sisyphusian mattresses, stab at water jugs, and sweat until they smell bad.
Jonathan could use more deodorant.
If only he hadn't used it all up in the beginning.
You have a very white chunk of stuff in your armpit.
Some couples, like Alex and Andrew and Jess and Spencer, build a fine campsite and have a fun night. But no one wants you to know that they're having fun more than Jeremy.
I've never built a tent. I have gone camping with a pre-built tent in Peru. I've also slept on cement floors in Guatemala. So This is fun.
Not everyone is enjoying themselves, though. Keith is homesick because he was supposed to be on an actual camping trip with his daughters right now. But Kat is having the worst time of anyone. As we know, she's scared of bugs, and there are tons of them around because
we're literally standing in the field. There'd be less bugs in the rainforest. It's like for real, for real.
Dale can't figure out how to help Kat through her panic attack because he's never had one himself. And I guess he doesn't have any empathy either. But it's obvious that what Kat needs is to switch campsites with Kathy.
Why aren't there any bugs?
Eventually, Dale finally helps when he suggests that Kat put her feet on a table so they don't have to be on the ground where a lot of the bugs are. Kat calms down and wants to help Dale relax in return, so she offers to open a bottle of wine for him, but he has to do that for her too. The night and the relationship test end when screeching noises start coming out of the jungle. Even though Jonathan is prepared to defend the campground, Jesse tells the group that a Costa Rican zoologist, I guess one the crew had on retainer in the middle of the night, has declared the area dangerous, so they all head back to the resort before Kathy can finish investigating.
Hello. No, Kathy. No. Have you seen Congo?
The next morning on Morning 18, Jesse reveals that the cast was participating in a relationship test the whole time, and he introduces them to Dr. Berman. She gives 2 sentences of feedback to each couple, then declares Kat and Dale the winners.
Given the degree of challenges and the way they were navigated, the winner is Kat and Dale.
Huh? Why do Kat and Dale get to win because she handled the conditions the worst? Bailey also talked about her fear of not only bugs, but the dark, too. She just managed it better. And Alex and Andrew legitimately thrived. He fixed their broken chair and opened their glued shut water jug. Did Kat and Dale really win because he was the only person who agreed with Dr. Berman's feedback?
I have Alex and Andrew next. Okay. I didn't really feel the chemistry.
Well, I don't know. That's
I feel like,
Jeremy and Bailey, you guys clearly have tons of chemistry, but I question the other stuff. As much as you really enjoy each other, are you really aligned?
That is not true, and I couldn't disagree with her more. But thanks, Doctor.
Kat and Dale, you're generous, you're chivalrous, you make a whole nest for her, you help her through, right?
What you're saying is accurate.
As the challenge winners, in addition to immunity, Kat and Dale win
A very cool curated day today.
But that turns out to be a daybed from the resort dragged onto the beach, a fruit plate, and a drink served in a pineapple. Except Kat is so traumatized from her part of a night in the manure field, her perception of what's luxurious has been permanently warped.
Oh my gosh, is that like a chair and everything?
After a quick toast with their Hulk-sized pineapples,
Cheers to winning our first challenge and winning this whole damn thing.
And to us.
Kat and Dale splash around in the ocean while needlessly on-the-nose music plays. Meanwhile, at the resort, the couples who disagreed with Dr. Berman's critiques of their relationships sure are hung up about them.
So that was a little bit of a shocker to me.
Yeah, the chemistry thing, I have no reservations when it comes to if you're attractive or...
How did you feel about what she said?
I think we did a great job, and I think she might have taken some of the jokey parts as serious.
We had a doctor come in and watch us.
He said me and Andrew had no chemistry.
No, I think you guys have chemistry.
Thank you.
Apparently we don't align.
You two as well?
But they have a lot of chemistry.
We have a lot of chemistry.
Elsewhere, Jess has her own problems. Spencer's timeline for their future post-Paradise.
My best friends they're pregnant right now, and I'd like for our kids to be able to grow up together and stuff like that. If I'm looking at it realistically, I'm 2 years.
So that is fast.
I don't know if it is. I don't think it is.
What Jess doesn't know is that Spencer is so gung-ho because he's in love with her but hasn't told her yet. That's why she doesn't know. Too bad Jess doesn't feel the same way, and she's not the only person who's nervous they're not into their partner enough.
I can't fully look at him and say I'm in love with you. I just am not to that point yet.
What is it gonna take?
I don't know. I just am gonna feel it. Hopefully.
Are you nervous that you're not there?
I am nervous, yeah.
Is this feeling that I'm feeling like actual love?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was questioning myself. I was like, why do I not know if it's love or not?
Gee, I don't know, guys. Maybe because it's only been 18 days? And while some cast members are anxious about not having strong feelings for their partner, other people know they don't and are fine with it.
Even just the way that she looks at me, I can see it in her eyes. I feel like she loves me. I can definitely see myself getting there.
That night at the cocktail party, Spencer ignores Andrew's bad advice to tell Jess he loves her. Instead, he talks about the many obstacles they've already overcome in paradise, all of which we missed because he and Jess didn't get a lot of screen time. Then Spencer promises that they'll move at her pace in the real world. Jess is relieved. Happy end-of-scene music plays, and with that, an episode and a half of build-up is anticlimactically put to bed. Meanwhile, the group is finally ready to start eliminating those platonic couples they keep talking about eliminating now that all the other people they liked less are gone. At first, it seems like Jonathan and Leia are the obvious targets because they're more likely to win a challenge than Keith and Kathy, the only couple left who hasn't won a challenge.
You are still deserving of winning even without finding love on a show.
Yeah, that's true.
But I feel like there is an animosity towards like guys and girls being platonic friends that are just good and happy.
Normally, I'd agree with him, but they are on a dating show. But instead of giving up, Jonathan tries to be so charming, people won't want to vote him out because he's nice to have around, like someone who can catch fish on Survivor. Elsewhere, Alex and Andrew want to tell each other that they're in love, discuss that they want to but are nervous, compromise by admitting that they're falling in love, then whisper I love you to each other right after, which makes Andrew so happy he gets a boner. Again.
I am like super excited. Give me a second. Oh, I can't stand up yet.
Why are you not following me? You have a boner?
Yeah, say it for the whole world.
And Dr. Berman says they have no chemistry. The last big character at this cocktail party is Keith, who was made so homesick by the unfortunately coincidental timing of the group's fake camping trip, he tells Andrew, Spencer, and Kathy that he's going to vote to eliminate himself because if he leaves now, he can still make the real camping trip with his daughters. Problem is, Kathy doesn't want to go yet, so she recruits the younger women to reassure Keith. And boy, do they guilt a guy who misses his kids into being away from them longer.
I know it's hard for you to see because you're tired and you think of your family, but you have purpose here. We could all agree that love for you to stay. Even if it's just for Andrew to have a morning talk with you, like, cause he called you as one of his best friends.
You. Like, seriously.
When Kathy told me that you had noticed the way Andrew was looking at me, that like did something to me that was like, oh my gosh, Keith noticed it, and that made me grow my connection stronger with Andrew. I'm serious.
We can all sit here and be like, oh yeah, Spencer's a great guy because he does this and that and the other. And when that's coming from you, that makes me feel like, okay, when my dad meets him, he's gonna feel the same way because you have daughters.
I think you have a purpose for both the girls, but also the guys here. We absolutely love you.
Keith ends up voting to eliminate Jonathan. At the rose ceremony, Kat must be high on cacao because she says,
I don't want to toot my own horn, but me and Dale have obviously been the one couple that has moved to a different level.
Alex and Andrew just said I love you to each other. The first 4 roses go out to the usual cup specs, but there's a tie vote between Jonathan and Keith for who'll get the last rose and who'll be in the last row of the plane flying back to the States. As the male challenge winner, Dale gets to pick. His choice is between Paradise's resident dad and a guy who's rejected all the other women this season in the hopes that Dale's girlfriend, Kat, will eventually want him.
There's something to tell you.
So what's going on right now?
People are gonna watch this back and be like, damn, she really up. She should pick Jonathan. He would've treated her so well. It's crazy. I think just like, look at me one time, you know? Just give me a little something, you know?
The final rose is going to go to Keith.
As he and Leia board the elimination van, Jonathan leaves Paradise convinced that if they'd survived this rose ceremony, then they'd have won the whole thing. Even though nothing's happened to indicate that that's true. He and Leia won 1 challenge, just like almost everyone else who's left. On day 19, the group gets right into another relationship test. Jesse asks questions like,
whose childish antics are most likely to turn their partner off? Who's keeping the most secrets or something big from their partner? Who is more more motivated by money than love at this point? Who is most likely to cheat on their partner once they leave paradise?
Then everyone secretly stabs the fruit effigy of the person who they think best answers the question. Whichever couple has the least amount of daggers in their backs at the end wins immunity at the next rose ceremony, where 4 more people will be eliminated. The game is called Sharp Opinions because knives and gossip. This is a classic reality competition challenge that usually creates entertaining tension within the group, but the editors rush through it like they're Jeremy explaining to Bailey what happened with Susie. This is the 3rd relationship test where the group just answers questions. These are the most interesting questions they've ever been asked, but we spend the least amount of time on them. The challenge is also cut short after lightning strikes within 6 miles of the set, and the crew didn't even need a Costa Rican zoologist to warn them. Later on, Alex and Andrew are revealed to be the winners, with no additional information provided about how many knives were in their backs, how many were in other people's, or how many questions were even asked. At the second cocktail party this episode, Jesse warns the group that the next rose ceremony is their last, and that things in paradise are about to start moving very quickly toward their conclusion, thank God. Everyone splinters into small groups to strategize, like Sean so desperately wanted to just 3 days earlier. But even while separated, they all agree that one of the 2 eliminated couples will obviously be Kathy and Keith. Including Kathy and Keith.
I have 2 votes. I'm probably going to vote myself out tonight. It's the right thing to do. I'm totally ready to go home.
Well, I'm voting for myself, just so you know, tonight. I've watched every season of Bachelor in Paradise. I want love to win, and I don't care about the money.
I'm so glad Kathy convinced the others to convince Keith to stay so they could quit literally 1 day later instead. Which other couple will be booted from paradise? Find out next week on the season finale recap. Thanks for watching. In the meantime, if you're so inclined, please like and subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified about the next video. Thanks again and see you then. Bye.